I guess it's not noise like I guess I'm here to give you guys an anime review, episode 8 of My Hero Academia, the Vigilantes. So yeah, anyways, before I go ahead and start with the episode, I do apologize for my eye. My eye, I've been having allergies, really bad allergies. The pollen here on my computer is saying is very, very high. It's very, very high. The pollen is always really bad here in Florida. I'm not gonna lie. It really actually is because the sun. We get a lot of rain and stuff like that, and it just really actually is. And you know, we just don't know. We just don't know when, like, how much rain we're supposed to get and stuff like that. But it's typical here down in Florida. Plus, it's always hot. It's always hot here down in Florida. Always hot, especially in the Panhandle of Florida, especially down South Florida. Actually, I don't live down South Florida or based in Orlando. So yeah. I figured I wanted to let you guys know about that, but before people start asking me questions like, James, did you get to a fight? Did you really beat someone up? Did you really did? I mean, no. I'm good. But yeah, I do apologize for that. But I have to get some better medication for myself for eye drops and stuff like that, and see what. So if that doesn't work, then I'll probably just have to go to the doctor and see what they can do and stuff like that. But yeah, so let's talk about this episode. But it was My Hero Academia episode 8 of the Vigilantes. I personally want to say here, basically, is that the crawler definitely having some guests really going to be coming over. I will definitely, say, the man definitely will think that he is and stuff like that. And his mom's supposed to be coming over and stuff like that. I know how it feels when your mom or your dad basically come over, even though my dad's pretty much not around and stuff like that. Pretty much he passed away a long time ago. But especially when my mom basically comes around like, hey, I like your place, so it looks nice and clean and all that stuff like that. You know, she started asking you questions, someone saying, did you get married yet? Did you have any kids yet? What about this? And you know, what are you gonna do and stuff like that, man. So I mean, I understand the gist and stuff like that. It's basically with the crawler and stuff like that, and basically, you know, because I mean, every parent pretty much wants to know, like, well, what's going on and stuff like that, because usually they're worried about their kid, like, every 24/7, you know, and stuff like that. My mom usually doesn't call me really all the time, and she really doesn't, especially with crawler basically for himself. Basically, when it seems like his mother is kind of very, very strict. Seems like she's kind of very strict kind of person and stuff like that. And I'm glad I was never raised like that. I was never raised like that. Raised like that. I was always raised on just making choices for yourselves. You know, just being careful, don't get in trouble and stuff like that. And you know, I'm a very formal person, because I've learned from my family, especially my parents, which are very, very loving parents and stuff like that. I don't mean to brag, but even though with Crawler, basically with him, basically on the other hand, and basically and stuff, I kind of want to say here is basically that I don't consider himself basically being lucky to have a mom that is strict or anything like that, because I mean, parents do have to be strict. Sometimes they really don't. Sometimes they really do. It just really depends on their nature and stuff like that, like how they do things. And basically stuff. Just like I said, basically with me, just like I said before, when we always make choices for ourselves and stuff like that, and we just always just be careful and basically just other different things and stuff like that. And basically, what Crawler based for himself, I don't know that his mom probably do know that probably he has the ability to crawl on walls and stuff like that. I think he does. It's kind of like a Spider-Man, kind of like a deal, which I definitely would say. But even though basically when he goes around the street and stuff like that, he kind of looks like the spider, just blatantly, just runs around like everywhere and just like he's having a race or something like that, and basically stuff. I kind of want to talk about basic Crawler for a little bit. I want to say here is basically that I wonder when he's able to go and get his chance to basically to get somebody to basically to beat somebody or something like that. I don't know if he's ever going to get that chance or not. I really don't know. I've argued with that basically most in my reviews and stuff like that, because I feel like that he's a useless character, because I expect him to basically to do something and stuff like that. But basically the only thing that he really basically can do is just basically just climb up walls and just wander out through the street just like a spider, That's all he basically he really can. That's all he can really can do, because that's the only thing that he's really possible that he really can do. There's nothing else that he can basically possibility that he can do. But the only thing that he tries to do is that basically to me that he tried to do his very best in his ability as he can to try to make some corrections to better himself. And that's when Knucklebuster really comes in and basically helps him out and stuff like that, and basically gives him more the confidence in himself. But basically what Crawler is basically that. Maybe I was wrong about Crawler. Maybe I was wrong about him. But I really want him to feel, I really want to see him if he's able to save the day. That's something I really want to see to expect. I know some people will probably say, well, he's just a useless character. He doesn't really do really much in basic stuff. But I used to think like that, but now I see things a lot more better in a different stance. Now, I personally want to talk about Knucklebuster. Knucklebuster is basically someone like, and I personally want to say here, in my opinion, I'm going to be shooting some fires, but I think Knucklebuster is a lot more better than All Might. In my own opinion, that's what I definitely think. I don't think Knucklebuster is basically a comparison to All Might. I don't think he really actually is, but I think that he is the opposite of All Might, because All Might is basically, he's not really the kind of guy just does it just for cameras or pictures or anything like that. I don't think All Might really does that. But yes, he's a very popular hero, and he's very, very powerful. Yes, he really actually is. But when you have Knucklebuster, basically on the other hand, Knucklebuster is just completely different. He likes to do his own thing. That's what he likes to do. And I mean, that's what he really wants to do. That's what he really wants to do. He doesn't want to follow in the footsteps, just being like All Might and say like, I want to be just like, I just want to be just like All Might. That's who I really actually want to be. But he doesn't want to be like that. He really doesn't. I think, basically, to me, in Knucklebuster's point of view and the way how you vision My Hero Academia, it's kind of like a place where just made up wannabes and stuff like that. I think that's what he really actually definitely think. But he likes to go down his own line, means that he wants to do his own thing. That's all he really wants to do. He doesn't want to be told like what to do from other different heroes and basically stuff. I think Knucklebuster, I don't know if he does have a quirk or not. I think he does. I'm not so sure. But he kind of reminds me, basically, kind of a little bit of like Wolverine, basically, kind of like a guy, because Wolverine is basically. He's basically the kind of guy who doesn't really basically consider himself basically as a hero, because he's really not, but he does like helping people. That's something that he likes to do. But Wolverine is basically kind of like a solo kind of person, but he doesn't want to be involved around any war and stuff like that, because he really doesn't want to. So yeah, now I definitely want to talk about the latest hero that we saw, which I didn't know, I didn't see from in My Hero Academia. Maybe I probably saw it, or maybe I haven't, or anything like that. And that is Captain Celebrity. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, that guy is really funny. I'm not gonna lie, the guy's really funny. I really just kind of like wonder like what this guy really actually does and stuff like that. And what he does is basically that he just goes around, he just saves people. He does it for the cameras. He does it for the cameras, getting pictures, and he goes out with very beautiful girls, and then he gets caught, and then he gets all over the paper, all over the news, and then his wife gets on to him and stuff like that. He cheats on his wife and stuff like that. I kind of want to say here is I'm not too thrilled with Captain Celebrity. I don't know. I think it's a good name for his character. I definitely would think it really actually is. There's not really basically a lot to talk about and basically stuff. The one thing I really want to say, the one thing I would personally want to say here is that the man cares about just going on a day and just saving people. I don't know why. Maybe that's just is. Maybe he's just having his way right now. Let's just put it that way. So I guess. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for this anime review. Tell me what you guys think. You guys like this episode? You guys don't like it? You guys think it was good? You guys think it was bad? Love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, anyway, this is Annoying Sims. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like it. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. And please leave a comment below. Anyway, so I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember to, I love you guys. Please safe. And remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.